Alright guys, hello. It's been a while since I did a video and everything's pretty much where it's been. We have some taping going on, getting ready for primer. Amanda's in the background, but she does not want to be filmed, so I'm going to respect that. And we're going to work on something else today. I picked this up at the old Harbor Freight, and essentially it's supposed to help with the removing the water. It's an automatic drain kit. Something works on some sort of pressure differential, and every time you somehow change pressure, this thing lets a little bit of the air out the bottom with the water, and you won't get so much of a buildup in the tank. So we're going to play with this for a little while. I got to get the actual drain off the bottom of the tank, and since I don't have the room, I'm going to get some 1/4-inch brass nipples and some T's and some assorted fittings. We're going to try to come down and turn out and work on that. So I've already drained some of the tank down. Matter of fact, that's part of it. And it wasn't too bad, but I still had some water in there. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of nasty down underneath this tank. So we're going to just drain the whole system down. Ooh. We're going to let that drain down, and I'll bring you back when we're all empty. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we already spun out the old little petcock here. So, what I'm going to do is grab a close nipple and a brass 90. It's all 1/4-inch. And we're going to spin that into the bottom of the tank and look it out. Just look it out. Look it out. But not out this way, out that way. It all depends on which way you're facing. Alright. Oh, I'm talking to the camera. Sure you don't want to be on the old YouTubey? She's positive. Okay. So, like I said, I had already drained it, so there wasn't that much water in there. So, I gotta take some, we call this pipe dope. Just trying to tough doing this with one hand. Thread sealant. Just a little bit. And you gotta find our bushing. This is gonna be really low, so I'm gonna try to bury that nipple in that 90. Try to thread it in, and it's brass. I'm not worried about it going into a steel bushing. So brass is soft and malleable, so it'll keep stretching if I can get it started. Oh, I might have to switch hands, guys. This is kind of tough. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got it. Okay. So, grab all handy dandy channel locks, and try not to hook on the leg there like I was doing. Man, this is tough one-handed. Alright, you guys get the gist of it. So I'm gonna spin that up and bring it back when that's all set. Okay, we're to this point. Can't even talk. I got it valved off, so in the event that this doesn't work, I can just shut it off and then just use it manually. So right now, I gotta take this copper, 1/4-inch. It's not even 1/4, it's 1/8 inch, and I'm gonna take my tubing cutter and I'm gonna cut this compression tee in. The kit that they give you. They give you a different type of tee where it's designed for the plastic blowdown tube, but they say you got to do something different if it's copper. So I had to go out to Home Depot and buy this compression tee, which costs $7 for this thing, which is highway robbery. So we're gonna cut a section out here. I'm gonna make one cut, put the tee on, and then I'll just take this copper and I'll just compress it so it makes up the difference here, so I'm not too long. Here's the 90 that comes out of the control valve. So we're going to do that, and then we'll have the poly tubing brought down to that control valve. Where are you? Right there. And we're going to fire this thing off and check for leaks and see if it really works as advertised. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, got the compression tee in. I had to adapt to poly that they supply in the kit. Like I say, the poly they give you is actually for this whole thing if it's poly. But since it wasn't, I had to go get that extra tee. So that's been adapted. Goes down. Now we're going to turn it on and check for leaks. As advertised, I don't think so. Nothing came out. That's just from the pet cot. I manually opened it up. So we'll turn this on. And I don't know if this has to be off, this has to be on, and this has to be open. I don't know. So, I think that has to stay open. I'll have to read the directions a little bit more, but there's a little port right here. Right here, my finger is pointing down. So we'll see, we've run a couple of cycles, but other than that, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. And we're going to do the condenser coil. Got this at work. The only problem I have here on this one is, as you can see, this side is intact. Just got to get that flare nut off. This one got broken off, so I'm going to peel back some of the fin and sweat a adapter on that I have, which is right there, and I have a mess. But so we're going to use that as a condenser, put it in to a catch can somewhere. Hopefully we can aid with the removal of water, just like Chevaholic did. He used a car condenser. I'm just going to use this one. It's the same basic principle. You run a fan through it, cool down the air, and get it to condense and separate from the actual air itself and get it into a water separator. Oh, so Mark from the second gen, we got some masking done, and we got some sort of compressor things maybe fixed. We'll see. Only time will tell. You all be safe, and